Hello, Gabby Turner here. Welcome to this pick a card reading. We've got 3 options and we're going to be finding out, do they know your feelings? So basically, how empathetically connected are they to knowing and understanding what you are feeling? Not just about them, although we are going to get into that part of it, but just in general, like, do they have an awareness of what your feelings are? Like if you're feeling sad about something or happy, or do they kind of get where you're coming from in an emotional sense? So we do have 3 options starting here on the left. This is Aventurine. And then the center stone here, this brown stone, is Astrophyllite. And then the stone over here on the end is Turquoise. So those are your 3 options. Number 1, Aventurine. Number 2, Astrophyllite. And number 3, Turquoise. The names of the gemstones will be listed in the description box with the timestamp, so you can use those timestamps to go directly to your reading or readings that you are feeling most drawn to. And I will see you there. Okay, group number 1, you chose this Aventurine stone. And I will say, first of all, I feel like this person feels that there's something special about you. So we'll see where that goes in terms of the question at hand. But what we're looking into is, are they aware of your emotions? I feel like, first of all, I'm getting a yes because the Justice card is showing up upright. The deck that I'm using here is the Mars Power Tarot, by the way. It's anyway, so it's a very different sort of deck, but we have Justice. So yeah, this person is aware of your feelings about things. I think back to you being special. They feel that you are special, but they feel like maybe either you don't like that specialness, like whatever it is that makes you special is something that you actually reject about yourself, or that you're not aware that you're special. I'm kind of veering towards the first one, that whatever it is that makes you special in some way is actually something that you don't like. So tell us more about that. I think they feel like you would prefer to be someone who's more like got it all together, is always on top of things. We have the Queen of Wands and also the King of Pentacles. Like someone who's like successful in their career, like everybody likes me, I'm always getting promoted. And that isn't what's special about you, and that isn't just, it's not who you are. You're not that person. I'm trying to like give better examples of this, like Queen of Wands and King of Pentacles, like that person who's always like the valedictorian, always shining, always like, doing better than everyone else. Like they launched into their career life and it's just like amazing and it never stopped being amazing. That's what I'm getting from this. Right? Someone who's always getting career offers and like people wanting to help them and support them and like put them in the limelight. The person you're watching this for thinks that you would prefer to be this type of person. But they also feel like you're not that type of person and it bothers you, or like it makes you feel insufficient or something. Maybe you've also got insufficient funds, because like you're wanting to be the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. That would be someone who has money to blow, but what they think is true about you, okay, this is interesting. They're seeing you more as the King of Swords and the Hermit card. So you're not that person who's like such a bubbly delight and like a Drew Barrymore type of person. Or, I don't even know if Drew Barrymore is the best option or representative for what they think you want to be. But like in terms of like that super duper likability, yes. But also, like with the King of Pentacles, someone who's held in high regard, like someone who becomes like a CEO or something like that, and is like, you know what I mean? Like that woman who has climbed the corporate ladder and is just shining. And in addition to like doing well in her career, like everybody likes her, you know, like she publishes a memoir and everyone wants to read it because they're like, wow, she's amazing. I want to be just like her. I'm thinking like Brene Brown even like is kind of that initial energy that we're looking at. The Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, like someone who is seen as, man, you've got it going on. But you have it going on too, just in your own way. I would say with the King of Swords and the Hermit card, you are a much more private person, for one thing. Like you may not be someone who just naturally ends up in the spotlight. You may be someone who likes to keep your nose in a book, you know, someone who's really good at research perhaps. Like I would say that you are someone who is well-read, well-researched, well-educated, right? Like you have a lot going on for you. But the person you're watching this for thinks that you don't like who you are. Basically, I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. It's like they feel like you also have a lot going on for you. But, you know, maybe it's like the person who's introverted who wishes that they were extroverted type of thing. Tell me a little bit more here. Yeah, I mean, they see you very differently. And I know the question is like, are they aware of your feelings? So yes, they are aware of your feelings. They are aware that you want to be a different type of person. Like if you could just switch your personality with someone else, you know, switch your whole life up with someone else, they feel like you would do it. But we have the Star card. We have the Chariot, and we have the Five of Swords. Like, you are a little bit more of an iconoclast. You are a little bit more rebellious. You're not naturally that mainstream likability, you know. You maybe not were voted, I don't know, like class president or what's the, I don't know, like king of the homecoming, whatever. I don't know, like king or queen of homecoming. I can't even talk. But it's like you are so intriguing. Like you are your own person. And that's what this person likes about you. But they feel like maybe you haven't fully accepted it. So I would say that's the first thing. They feel just generally that there's perhaps a bit of a lack of self-acceptance on your part. And they're like, you know, they think that you should just embrace that. It makes me think of a Nirvana lyric, and I'm like, my memory is so horrible, I can't remember it exactly, but you see how she's got something on her face, she's looking in this mirror. There's a Nirvana lyric that's something like, I'm not pretty, that's okay, neither am I. You're not pretty, that's okay, neither am I. We broke our mirrors, right? So it's like, who cares if we're meeting certain people's standards about popularity or likability, or, you know, like, we don't have to be the belle of the ball. We don't have to be a ray of sunshine, right? Not everybody has to be like that. And we can reject that. We don't have to focus on it so much. We can just break our mirrors, so to speak. Which I feel like the intent there in that song is to say, like, let's experience self-love, you know, like, we don't have to be some idea of perfect that isn't perfect anyway, because there's no one way to be perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. But anyway, we have Judgment here. So I feel like this person wants for you to break your own judgments of yourself, you know. But even then, I do feel like they have empathy for you, because they're like, well, I mean, people are like that. Like, not just you, group one, but like in general, like most people have a lot of self-judgments. Most people do want to change certain things about themselves, Most people do struggle with being comfortable fully with being exactly who they are, whether it's their looks or their personality, their station in life, what they've achieved, you know, all of these things, what they have, what they own. People can be very harsh on themselves and have expectations that are very different from their reality. But let's see what else. Is this person aware of your feelings for them? What do they think that you're feeling for them? I kind of feel like they view you as being more focused on your own self and your own life. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Nine of Wands. I do feel like they think that you kind of get in your head a lot and sort of wrapped up in your own thought processes. We saw before that maybe you like to read a lot or do a lot of research to learn things. And I think this person feels like that is more important to you than they are. You know, it's not that they think that you dislike them. I would say that they feel like you're a bit more neutral towards them. So that's just what they're assuming, that you think that you have better things on your mind than them. I think they also feel like you want to succeed on your own terms in life. You don't want to succeed because of your connection to them, or you don't want to succeed because of help from them. So I don't know if they're in a position to help you succeed in some way, but that what they know about you, and I think this is true, is that you would rather succeed on your own terms. Are they aware of your feelings for them? We have the Empress reversed. We have the Eight of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. I mean, they are, I think, they feel that you, we have the Empress reversed, like, they feel like you're aware that they have an interest in you, that they're attracted to you, but it's almost like you would be willing to throw it away. Like it genuinely isn't that important to you that this person is attracted to you. You do like it, and maybe there are moments when it's like a momentary rush of like excitement, or it feels really flattering that this person likes you. But then other times you're just like, do I really want to get roped into this? Do I really want to get pulled into this emotional thing with this person, you know? So if that's how you're feeling about them, they're aware of it, you know? It's so the Empress reversed, you know, they feel like you know that they are really into you. But they also feel like maybe you're not putting too much stock into that. It's like, it's whether or not they have an attraction to you, it's not going to make or break you, right? And I think that maybe they're coming across also as a little bit fickle at the same time, so it's hard to take them seriously. We have them represented by the Six of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So sometimes it's not clear, like, you know, what is their actual intention towards you? Do they just want to stand out from other people who are trying to be with you? And is it more about winning the battle, like in a conquest sort of way? Like, you know, maybe you have multiple people who are interested in you and they're like, well, I want to be the one that stands out to you the most. Is that what's important? Or is it really about getting to know you as a person? I think that this person has their own set of issues. And so perhaps they're aware that you have good reasons not to be just like, oh my God, I'm overjoyed because this person is into me. You know, it's like, I'm aware that they're into me, but I'm just going to take it at face value and not really get carried away. I do feel as well that they think that you are in general like scared of getting hurt, and you would rather be more avoidant of love things, rather than to get hurt. And that includes when it comes to them. I feel like this person thinks that you are the happiest when you are expressing yourself. We have the Sun card, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Cups. And it's interesting because the little statement here, show off your sparkle, on the back of your gemstone card. I think that's why they're like, they see you as someone who's very creative or self-expressive. You may be engaged in some sort of art, whether it's writing or music or some other form of self-expression, and you're really like, they can tell like this is your soul just shines so brightly when you're engaged in self-expression. But going back to what we said at the beginning, they think that you want more recognition for that, perhaps, right? Like you want more honors, you know, like, okay, you're like saying, like, I'm great at self-expression. It sets my soul on fire and it's fulfilling in and of itself. But wouldn't it be nice if I were getting like trophies and awards and like contracts to do my art, things like that? And so I think that's where they're like, they feel that maybe you have, you're a little down on yourself. But they also are like, wow, they're very aware of how important it is to you to be self-expressive. Look at the beautiful vibrant colors. We have all of the base chakras lit up here, the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus chakra. It's like you are your most grounded, beautiful, vibrant, shining, special self when you are involved in the process of creating and expressing yourself. So that's something they're also very aware of about you emotionally. But yeah, they do really feel like maybe you've struggled to make much of it in real life terms. Like maybe you make excellent art and it sets your soul on fire to do it, but you haven't really made much money. It's more for your own enjoyment or something. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. Like, it's like the potential here is very strong. Like, you seem like someone who has everything it takes to do well in some sort of artistic or self-expressive career. And maybe you have had success on some level, but the success you've had is so different from what your actual potential is. Anyway, I mean, I guess that's something that they notice about you very strongly, is that you feel kind of discouraged or downhearted about where your life has gone career-wise. It's almost like wasted potential. We have the Knight of Wands and then the Three of Wands. So, yeah, it would be great if we could be so like altruistic that it's just like, oh yeah, I'm willing to be a starving artist. Like the art in and of itself is satisfying. But there is an urge for something more, you know, like even since we mentioned Nirvana, like even Kurt Cobain, like, you know, he has this aura of like he was doing the art for the sake of the art, but he wanted to become famous. Like he was. I mean, I think once he got there, he didn't necessarily like where he had landed, right? But he wanted that like large scale recognition for the art that he was making. And this person seems very aware that you are kind of desiring that as well. Okay, so and that just keeps coming up, so it's an important thing. So if you had no idea that they were keyed into that and empathetic and highly empathically aware of that, now you know. So anything else your spirit guides want you to say about this person and their empathic awareness of you? I'm getting more of a no, because we have 2 out of the 3 cards reversed. But the one upright is the King of Swords, which did come up before. So, you know, I would just say they do see you as someone who is intellectually very curious and who's willing to think outside of the box in order to discover the truth. And also, like, maybe even a person who's willing to discard their former self. You see, we have a head next to her. It's like someone who's cut off their own head. Like, you may even disagree strongly with your former beliefs or your former perceptions. Maybe you're someone who's like, I didn't used to believe in aliens, but then when I had the research, now I really do, strongly do, and used to be like a strong skeptic, something like that, or the other way around. But anyway, they feel like you're someone who's capable of drastically changing your mind and perceptions about things, and it's just very curious about a lot of topics, and like I said, willing to think outside the box and to think about things on your own terms, and come to your own conclusions. So that's how they're seeing you and understanding you. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group number 2, you chose this beautiful Astrophyllite stone, and on the back of the card it says, unlock your fullest potential, your highest potential. So let's see. Is the person that you're thinking of, are they empathically tuned into you? Do they understand your feelings? Not just about them, but overall in general. I don't think so. We get a strong no here for you guys. We get the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the Ace of Swords all reversed. And to me, when I get the Ace of Swords reversed or the Justice card reversed, it's kind of like a no even on its own. And then 3 cards reversed is like, so I would say this person is definitely not very empathically tuned into what you are actually feeling. But let's look at what their assumptions are. They feel that you are very happy with your circumstances in life, financially, even though we have the 5 of Pentacles, like it's paired with the 9 of Cups. So like there's happiness. It's like, you know, you could be really struggling financially, and it's still your preference, you know, like they feel like you prefer to be poor, basically. They feel that you prefer to be poor. Why would they feel that way, that you prefer to be poor? They feel that you don't want to advance yourself, that you would rather be in a rut and just in a comfortable rut and not really advancing yourself. And it's almost like they feel that if someone else were to sort of urge you or suggest something about how to improve your life circumstances, you would be like the 7 of Wands. You'd be like, no, don't tell me what to do. I'm happy where I'm at. You know, it's giving almost like intervention energy, but not intervention necessarily about drug or alcohol use, but just about maybe living below your means. I feel like this person views you as living beneath your means. Like you could be doing better, you know, they're like, you could be making 6 figures or whatever, or I don't know. They have an idea of what they feel should be your financial circumstances. They don't think that you're anywhere near to it, but they also feel like you don't want to be, and you're not even open to considering it because you would rather live your life at the lowest common denominator. Like, I'm just happy as a pig in mud. This is my preferred life. It's better than where I was before anyway. So what are you complaining about? That's kind of how they're taking you. I think that they feel like you prioritize other things. Like they think that you are a likable person, someone who's sort of popular in some way. But it's like they view you as someone who always has to be different. Like you never want to quite fit in. And that does make you popular somehow, because people are like, oh, you're always the square peg that doesn't fit in the round hole. Like you don't quite belong here, and yet you come around this place where we're a bunch of normies over here living our life with our normie lifestyle and our normie typical life choices. You're doing something more adventurous that obviously is going to stand out because it's so different from how everyone else around this group of people is doing things. But I think the person you're watching this for feels like you do that on purpose. It's not like authentic. It's not that you're just authentically unique, but it's like a put on or a costume. They feel like you're sort of wearing a costume in life and you're not presenting your true self. They're like, your true self is a normie just like us. Your true self wants to live in a nice house with a white picket fence and drive a really nice fancy car. And you know what I mean? Like, they have all these ideas about what you should be, right? And they feel like it's a put on or a costume that you're not that way. But also they feel like you're sort of complacent and you would rather just not put any effort into improving your life circumstances. I feel like there's a lot of projection coming from this person because I don't think they had to put so much effort into their own life. Like, I do get the feeling that they may, in terms of those material things or whatever, or like fitting in with the group, you know, being part of the in crowd at church or whatever, like, they're actually the ones putting on because they know what the act is to perform to fit in. So that's what they're doing. Like, they understand the game and they're playing the game successfully, right? So they've got the nice house, they've got the nice car, they've got the this, that, or the other. They've got the fancy fucking poodle with the little poodle cut with the ball on the end of his tail. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they're living that life that they've surrounded themselves with other people who have this same mindset. And it's like you're not even thinking for yourself about what you actually want out of life. You're the one who's not being yourself, and yet they're assuming that you're wearing a costume. Okay. So what do they think? Do they understand how you feel about them? Mostly not. Mostly not. So this person seems very empathically out of tune. I'm not sure that they're very empathic just in general, but anyway, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Four of Pentacles reversed. How do they think you feel about them? They think that you begrudge them or question why they didn't give you more. It's like they feel like maybe they denied you something in a material sense, or they tried to offer you something. Let's say they were like, come over and have a meal with me, and you didn't want the meal or something like that. And they're like, what I offered to you wasn't good enough. Like, you may have had other reasons. Maybe you had dietary restrictions or you had already eaten. But it's like, to me, it's someone who's like trying to be there. They have tried to give to you because they're seeing you as some sort of needy recipient, someone who needs help or needs things to be given to you. And they just assume everybody wants that. Like, everyone's out to get what they can get out of other people. So they assume that you are that way as well. And that the reason that you have not allowed them to give to you is because what they have to give is quote unquote not good enough for you. It's like you're evaluating their offers to you as not good enough. But again, that is an incorrect assumption. Like, they are projecting a lot onto you, because they weren't giving from a good place. And like, you don't have to accept things from people. Like, nobody's obligated to accept something from anyone. I feel like this person is very fixated on like rules and like this is a sin and this is not a sin. Like I do feel like maybe this is more of a church going person for some reason, but like, you know, maybe it's not, but it's like they're focused on, you know, this is the way that we do things. Everyone is supposed to think this way. Everyone is supposed to do this thing, or else you're a bad person. You know, maybe it's in the mindset of whether something is a sin or not, but it also could be in terms of like, you know, sometimes a lot of social justice people can be like this. It's like we all have to have the exact same, you know, mentality. You know, it can happen among right-wing people or left-wing people, but like that kind of person, I feel like this is who this person is, rather than to know how to think deeply for themselves, which is how you are. And they know that the two of you are at odds in this sense. When the Hierophant is reversed, it's a very toxic way of approaching, these are the list of rules, the do's and don'ts of life. Like everyone is supposed to like tally up to this sort of standard, right? It could be what the Bible teaches. It could be what whoever, you know, like political group teaches. But like we have to all do it the same way and like live up to the status quo. And they genuinely, because they do that, they genuinely think that they are better than other people, and in particular you, because they know that you kind of have your own idea of what's right or wrong. Like you figure it out yourself rather than someone telling you what is right or wrong. It's not like you're trying to make or break the rules. You're just thinking about like, well, why does this rule exist to begin with? Like I need to understand the source or the meaning or the intent behind the rule rather than just automatically getting in line like a stupid lemming. This person that you're watching this for, they are a stupid lemming. And they're going to fall off a cliff. You know, I think in terms of them having any sort of authenticity, they've already fallen off the cliff. They don't understand how to be authentic at all. But yeah, they do feel like they're better than you. They have more than you, and they feel like you are not motivated to improve yourself, because in their mind, to improve yourself would be to be exactly like them and be just another lemming falling off the cliff, letting other people decide your moral values and what type of house you should live in, etc. What's an appropriate level of income to have, etc. Anyway, anything else about this person? Yeah, I think, first of all, you deserve kudos for having the capacity to have love and forgiveness in your heart for this person. And if you don't feel like you've gotten there before, I do feel like the Star card is telling you that to let go of the impact on this person, any sort of negative impact or toxic impact that this person might have had on your life. Finding forgiveness is probably where it's at. Like they are so unclued into who you really are or what you feel or what you want out of life. Like they do not have the capacity to understand you. You seem to have a greater level of capacity of understanding them, and through that understanding of them, find forgiveness if you can, and that is a way to kind of let go of any baggage from this person that has attached itself to you. Find the forgiveness. So that's, I feel like, what we have for you, group 2. That took a turn that I did not expect. And anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I wish you the best. Bye-bye. Okay, group 3, you chose the beautiful turquoise. And let's get into your reading and find out if the person on your mind, do they really know how you feel? Do they have a sort of empathic insight into who you are and how you feel? Not just about them, but also in general. Okay. I'm getting a strong no. So all the cards are reversed. So yeah, so their view of you, these are going to be assumptions on their part that are incorrect. They view you as a very defensive person here. and someone who cares a lot about fitting in and cares a lot about what people think of you. That you have a lot of social insecurities. They feel that you have a lot of social insecurities. I think they feel also that maybe you try to cover up those social insecurities. Let's see here. Yeah, they do feel like you put on a sort of confident front, but they think that it is a front for a lot of insecurities, and that you lack a sort of self-belief. So that's what I'm getting first of all. They feel that you lack self-belief, that you don't really have good self-esteem, but you can sort of pretend or act as though you have healthy, strong self-esteem. I think they feel that you do have a strong attachment to your family members, and that you care a lot also about meeting your family's expectations, or like fitting in with the rest of the family. That you desire a strong sense of belonging with your family. But they think that you feel like you've been sort of outcast by your family, and you want back into the fold or something. Or you want, if you haven't been cast out exactly, it's like they see you as someone who maybe doesn't have a lot of love and respect from your own family members, but that you crave that from them. So this person has a lot of assumptions about you. I think this person must not like you very much, because I don't know, it's almost like they are glad that your family don't like you, or they feel like it's what you deserve or something. And I don't feel that that is true, but why does this person feel that way? Where is this coming from within them? It's like they want to see your downfall. They prefer to see your downfall than to see you just like slowly and steadily building a life of stability and self-love for yourself. I feel like this is actually what's more true, is the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Like, you are slowly and steadily building a stable life full of self-love and self-appreciation, when nobody can get there like that, you know, like it's very difficult, you know, to achieve a stable sort of self-love. But they want you to have an unstable sense of self. They want you to have an unstable sense of self-love. They want you to be insecure. And because it's what they want the truth to be, they're projecting it onto you already that it is the truth. And they're glad that they feel that your family rejects you. And they're glad that they feel that that even further hurts your self-esteem or self-image somehow. I do feel like this person compares themselves to you a lot, right? So we see this one guy, and then he's holding almost like a frame around this other guy. You know, you're just over here living your life, like trying to, you know, lay down the bricks, create a strong foundation for yourself. But they are the ones who find their own confidence through comparing themselves to you. And, you know, like they are comparing themselves more favorably. They think that they're better than you. And that's why they like to think of you as beneath them, because that is what allows them to view themselves as, I'm higher than group 3 because they're beneath me. I do feel like this could be someone who pretends to be nice to you, but their inner thought process about you is very negative. It is a facade of loving and caring about you. Whew. Are they correct about how you feel about them? Like, are they empathically correct about your feelings towards them? strong no. Is this what they assume? Or, okay, they assume that you are kind of onto them, right? Like I said, they do pretend that they're sweet and kind. Like, it is an act though, but they think that you are onto them and that you know it's an act, but you just haven't openly said, I think that you're just pretending to be nice to me, but you really don't like me very much. And it's like they're kind of just waiting for you to do that. Like, when is group 3 finally going to like call me out for the fact that like I don't genuinely like them? I'm just being nice to them because I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do. Or like, you know, playing pretend is a way to look like the good guy when I'm actually not the good guy. But I feel like the way that you really feel about this person is actually that you kind of respect them. I don't think that you are clued into like how this person really views you and what their actual, you know, energy is towards you. I think you respect them as an equal. That's the truth. But they're not aware of that because they are assuming that you must have a negative view of them as well. So anyway, is there anything else that we should know about this connection here? I would say, you know, I don't know, like, I feel like they're coming through as more free of this. Yeah, they have their ideas of who you are and what you feel, which are wrong, but they're not losing sleep over it either. And like, I feel like basically the advice for you is to not lose sleep over it as well. You know, you might be more troubled by it, you know, like if you're starting to become more aware of who this person really is and what's really going on in their mind and their heart towards you, it might be really hurtful. But I feel like your spirit guides would prefer you to try to just be like, well, it's, you know, like, to be disillusioned hurts, but also to have light shed on the truth is very helpful because you can navigate reality and you can navigate your interactions with another person much more easily when you really know what's going on. So anyway, that's what I feel like I'm getting for you, Group 3. I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you felt about it in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.